Hey y'all, I'm on a little bit early. Thought I'd get everybody a chance to hop on so we can begin our Sunday morning coffee with Mamaw. So, how's your weather everywhere where you are? We have got this beautiful soft rain going. Does that look a little bit better there? Alrighty. So we'll just hop on while people are getting ready to jump on. Everybody must still be tired from yesterday. All right. Morning, y'all. It's Mamaw. Welcome to Coffee with Mamaw on the porch. Is the sound on? You can't hear me, Shelley? Now can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can I get a hands up if y'all can hear me? Good morning. Amanda, can you hear me, Amanda? Somebody thought they couldn't hear this morning. Everything here says we have sound. Okay, we're good to go. Thank you. I hope you all had an opportunity to go to one of the No Kings rallies yesterday. They were fun. It was great to be surrounded by like-minded people who love their country. Damn, that Mike Johnson misplayed his hand on this one, didn't he? And I hope the taco paid attention, because he found out doing the Insurrection Act may be a little bit harder than what he thought. You cannot sequester or contain 10 million people in the streets. So it was great. I also just made my heart burst with pride, which is what we're going to talk about today, to see that only 15 arrests nationwide out of 10 million protesters were done. 15. That's it. Nothing for violence. We had one gentleman where I was yesterday that was strange and rowdy, but I think there was some mental health issues going on. It's not like he was a counter protester or trying to cause trouble with us. So it was great. Good morning, March. Okay, everybody can hear. So there's a few things I want to. First of all, a friend of mine this morning told me that we need to talk about Taco as an amorphous slug because there's no handles on him in a way that you can explain what's going on. Lord, when I started sitting down to list all the stuff he's done in 10 months, it would have been a book as thick as War and Peace. It was hard to whittle it down. But there again, and yesterday the costumes and stuff were just amazing. So if y'all get a chance, post something fun from yesterday. If for some reason you didn't get a chance to go, your support, you're feeling that, you're sharing it on your platforms is a way to get people involved, because we're going to build this online community. And we're going to make sure everybody knows that they're part of a community and there's more of us than there are of them. That's the problem. Everybody felt isolated because we didn't have communities that you could join and be a part of. We just all decided, we're going to phone bank. Don't even get me started on that crap. So anyway, I would like to thank Brenda of Artsy Aubrey's for designing my merch. I have new merch listed, so if you get a chance to go on my link tree, she has put up a lot more new merch, and I saw quite a bit of it at the rally yesterday. It really shocked me. And Jeremy Barker of Obscure Mics, God love him. I have bugged the heck out of that man, and he has just been as kind and patient with this old woman as he could be. I had mic issues yesterday, not when I was given my speech, but in recording it. Someone else had recorded it. So if you get a chance to watch it, I had to record it off of a phone to my phone to post it. Very complicated. Because we were having some mic issues, but we're learning. You got to be patient. I'm old, you know. But gosh, oh, and yes, Amanda, I loved the costumes too. They were just wonderful. So, want to thank those two. Has everyone gotten a chance to see my Substack interview with David Pepper? That was really good and fun. Shelley just posted my link tree for all y'all. And that lists every platform that I'm on plus my merch. So if you get a chance, go check that out. At least go look at the merch because she's really done a good job. And real quick, wanted to tell you, on my merchandise, if you are a subscriber, Brenda has made up a special code for you that she will email you to give you a discount on the merch. So make sure that you let her know. She said at checkout there'll be a place for that. So if you're interested, email them and they'll give you the code if you're a subscriber. Yeah, Mike Johnson, he should not be getting paid. Now the Supreme Court's going to stop being paid come Monday. So I wonder how that's going to work. Yeah, Congress should not be paid because they aren't showing up to their job at all. And he's running out of excuses to keep him out of session. He's running out of excuses to swear in the new Congresswoman, which technically, if they really wanted to, they could get a Supreme Court justice to swear her in. But I understand the play. Mike needs to get his ass back to work. He needs to grow a set. He needs to do his job. And his job is not to be Taco's clean up on aisle 7 guy. His job is to take care of the business of the United States of America and us, the constituents. Alrighty, so we're having a beautiful morning. You can see I got a nice soft rain behind me, and I just thought, boy, this is a beautiful porch morning. Let's see, what else do I have? I think that's all. Make sure you check out my Substack interview with David Pepper. So this week, we're going to cover pride. Y'all got your coffee? Because this could be fun. All right. Pride is considered one of the 7 deadly sins in Christian theology, often viewed as the gravest of all sins, as it leads to other immoral behaviors and distances individuals from God. Pride is defined as an excessive love of one's own excellence and is seen as a sin because it leads individuals to elevate themselves above God and others. Now, I read that line and all I can envision is these wannabe monetary pastors who are passing around Christian nationalism as being part of being a Christian. It's not. And them laying their hands on the taco like he was the anointed one. That still repulses me. That should repulse all of you, because any pastor who is in that photo is no pastor. He is a false prophet. And by anointing Taco as the leader of Christianity, oh, barfing please. Anyway, this self-exaltation can result in a distorted sense of self-worth and a lack of humanity and humility. Does that sound familiar? He really, he and he alone, can do it all. In Roman Catholic theology, pride is believed to generate other sins, making it the root cause of further immoral behavior. I don't know, like, hey, I'm perfect. I can do anything I want. I'm special. My daddy's told me I was special since I was born, so I'll go diddle with some teenage girls. That kind of thinking. Taco is the embodiment of pride. He overplays wealth. He believes he and he alone can fix all the woes of the world, and he feels he is an expert in everything. He constantly boasts about his wealth, his buildings, and even his crowd sizes at his political rallies. I think he's overcompensating. Though they are smaller than he claims, I'd say some things are a lot smaller than he claims. I'd say he hasn't seen some things in a long, long time. He nonetheless brags about them being gigantic. Taco never says he's wrong, nor believes he needs to ever ask for forgiveness, because he's never wrong, and it's always someone else's fault. Now think about his staff members. No matter what he does, if they screw up, usually in his behest, well, I hardly knew the guy. I hardly knew her. Oh, she's something. Yeah. He's never had to take responsibility for anything in his whole entire life. His mommy and daddy told him he was just this little precious thing, which he wasn't. They bought his education, because I'm telling you, that man was dumb as a stump. In fact, let's be honest here, if he truly were from a normal family that didn't have a lot of money, he would have had one of them IEPs he just did away with. He ain't too high on the Richter scale of IQ. The problem that I see, and the reason people keep feeding into his narrative in his own mind, because he's a legend in his own mind, they can control him, they manipulate him, he listens to the last person in the room, and so he has become their useful idiot. Therefore, they are desperately trying to keep him in power, because do you think anybody in the world would elevate Stephen Miller the way he's been elevated? Do you think any other candidate in the world would have tapped J.D. Vance as their number 2? Do you think any other idiot politician in the world would be getting their walking information from nasty old Steve Bannon? No, it wouldn't happen that way. Because, you know, I know this sounds corny, but I'm the kind of person, I want the smartest guy in the room. He may not be the most dynamic and energetic, but I want the smartest guy in the room to have the nuclear codes. I want the smartest guy in the room to know I don't know everything, but I will get the expert in that field, like, I don't know, the economy that's tanking. Yeah, Taco don't get it. Now, to be all fair, he has this wonderful peace accord in Israel. I wonder who got to draw the short straw this morning to let him know that Israel bombed Gaza last night. Yeah, so much for that. He had a temporary ceasefire. Thank God he did get the hostages out, although Biden got more of them out. But yeah, his beautiful, perfect peace plan is already tanked, thanks to his buddy Bibi. I hope y'all still support Zelensky. Zelensky needs to get rid of Putin, because obviously the Taco won't. Morning from North Carolina. Yes, Crystal, I don't know how to do it any other way than to tell it like it is through my eyes. I may be wrong, but this is how I see it. This is my own personal thing. Good morning from Texas. Oh, everybody was up early. Jackie, how's your wrist? God love you. My Jackie Heiser, that's you'll see scrolling on here, broke her wrist playing pickleball. So she's been banned from the pickleball courts. Good morning. Yes, we need good human beings. Good morning from Utah. Boy, it's early for you, Marianne. I know. Rhonda, that's why I'm glad you brought that up. That is why yesterday I loved seeing all of us of a certain age with flecks of gray or gray in our hair. We have the memory. We have the knowledge, we have the memory, and even though Taco is trying to ban books and rewrite history, we remember. We are the walking history for the next generation, and we need to tell them what's going on, what it was like before. Marilyn, hey, from Marietta. And yes, we need to convey that to everyone. Use your knowledge. We all have this wonderful knowledge up here because we remember what it was like. We remembered when people didn't have rights. We remembered fighting so that people of color didn't have to use a different water fountain or sit in the back of the bus, or that women could get a job and get credit. This whole movement with Turning Point USA with these young men, I'm going to speak it now. It's a couple weeks have passed. This whole movement of women need to be at home, barefoot, silent, and pregnant is a false narrative. His own wife proclaims to have a PhD. She's now over this huge corporation worth millions of dollars. Yeah, she ain't sitting at home squirting out babies. She's now the CEO of a big company. It's a lie. You need women. Women are always, throughout history, have been the keepers of the history. And so don't let them start that narrative. Don't let these young women think that they are less than or can take a back seat, or what's the big deal if I lose some of my rights. One of my favorite outfits yesterday was done by my BFF as the handmaid, because honey, that's where they'd like us to be, and it ain't going to happen. They're doing away with our brain trust. The one admiral that Hegseth relieved, she was an academy graduate. She has a PhD. She's exceptionally knowledgeable on our nuclear warfare, and he relieved her. Okay, where are we going to replace that brain trust? See, I'll get off my high horse. You need women, and you need smart women in your life, fools. Okay, she had somebody in MacArthur. Yes, our little county of Vinton County, God love them, they had a little protest, and I was really proud of all of them. Now, all of you that watch from coast to coast, I even have followers in the UK, Canada, and Australia. I ask that you keep sharing my information and my page. We're trying to grow it. I want to hit 70,000 by the end of the week. That's our task. So I'm trying to get out there. And yes, Guy, you are absolutely right. We have got this momentum going. I always like to explain to people, I feel like, when you start packing a snowball, people will start coming when they see, hey, there's actually a snowball being done. So you start packing this snowball. Now we've got this big snowball on top of the hill. Now it's time to push it down the hill so it can gain momentum. And it can get bigger and bigger, because people will come in. The more people they see, the more they want to be a part of that. And more people are starting to see what Taco has done is affecting them. Now, what's sad is yesterday we had one singular counter-protester. She comes to all of them waving her Trump flag. One of the protesters went over to talk to her, trying to bend a bridge. And she's really angry about things. One of the things she's mad about is she can't afford her insulin. And she's waving her Trump flag. And the person tried to explain to her why she couldn't afford her insulin. She goes, my life is good under Trump. We're getting rid of them immigrants. She is laser focused on immigration. I spoke to her back in June, and she was still on that immigration. Now, I'm telling you, we have immigrants in our region, not like the border states do. I'll give you that. So I said to her, I was very kind, and I said, did you lose your job due to some immigrant? Nope, I'm on disability. Then how are immigrants affecting you? I'll tell you how they're affecting us where it comes to food insecurity is a lot of farms, these great big farms, don't have people to work them because they're not coming because of ICE. And between that and losing their customer base, we are allowing, which is absolutely a sin, food to rot in the fields. And people are going hungry worldwide. In this country, the food banks are asking for donations, and we have the food. We have no way to get it there. Just makes me sick. Yes, Carol, I know, and the fact that he has totally killed the Department of Education and what we do with special needs is just horrific. I can't tell you enough. No family has gone unscathed by that, but it really, really makes me angry. Oh, the guy in the Harley Davidson. We had a guy, had a Marine Corps shirt on, but we had by far more veterans with us, and he kept making it loud, trying to drown everybody out. I just dropped my mic. Hang on a minute. But I know it's evil of me, but I was really hoping he'd dump it. Beautiful bike, scratch it all up, but he finally gave up because we weren't paying attention to it. Yes, everybody hears my chimes. I find them quite soothing. I open the door at night and they'll put me to sleep. So, what else we want to talk about? I know, I don't know what the military is going to do. Well, you've got to understand, 1/5 of our military is now women. And we don't have enough military as it is with the volunteer army. You know, they all want to be Gravy SEALs. They want to go from the start to the finish without all the steps in between. Now, the good news is, I've been so excited to start on this, is the courts ruled that the Gravy SEALs may not act with impunity. So, I wanted to read you, because you know I love my Constitution, I wanted to read you the Fourth Amendment, something that Taco really doesn't like to talk about. The Fourth Amendment was proposed in 1789 and ratified in 1791. The right of people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by an oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So, where the Taco claims he is also the chief law enforcement officer, he is not, has told him that they can go do whatever they want. They don't have to show their faces. They can act with complete impunity. They don't have to have probable cause. They can kidnap human beings. They can do all this stuff. Now the courts have unanimously ruled, now we're up to the appellate court level of the federal level. No, you can't. It's in violation of the Fourth Amendment. So the Taco says he's going to fight it to the Supreme Court. But as I said, the Supreme Court isn't getting paid. And, you know, I just can't see Clarence Thomas going without a paycheck. Can you? You know, he thinks he's one of them good old boys. I got news for you, Clarence. I got news for you. I got news for Vivek Ramaswamy. I got news for quite a few of our persons of color who are in the MAGA movement. You are their useful tools. You will never, ever be part of the good old boys club. When you're in the other side of the door, they laugh at you. They're using you. You're not going to be part of their club. I think Vivek found that out when he went out to Montana this week. Yeah, you're never going to be part of their club. You're their useful tool. The only advantage is where Clarence Thomas, you know, he takes money from them. They're taking money from Vivek because he's a billionaire and he thinks he can buy his way into being one of the good old boys. Ain't gonna happen, dude. Ain't gonna happen. So how's that for not having a filter? I'll say it when nobody else will. My husband, honest to God, Papa loses sleep at night over babies going to school hungry. He grew up in Scioto County. His parents had 6 kids, and that is his nightmare, is babies going hungry and then having to go to school, and the fact that school was usually their only place to get food. I don't know what we're going to do. This is so wrong. We cannot starve people in this country. This country of bounty, for God's sakes, how are we starving people in this country? And don't tell me, oh, they're a bunch of freeloaders or they're welfare queens. I am so tired of that false narrative. These are hardworking, good people who are poor. They're poor by a lot of different circumstances, and they're doing the best they can. You have maybe 0.1% that are taking advantage of the system, but that is not the truth. And I am so tired that people who are poor have fallen into this false narrative that especially it started with the Tea Party bunch and now the maggots are trying to push. It is not true. These are good human beings, and you are supposed to be the party of families and children and telling women you got to have that baby no matter what. Well, you know what? They need health care. They need food. They need education. They need shelter. Now y'all got me started. And that's why I do what I do. Wake up. The very things that we need to make this country better are the things they are pitting the poor against the poor, instead of realizing the rich are trying to take from you. We do not need oligarchs in this country. We do not need CEOs that are making millions and millions more than their highest paid supervisors. It used to be that your CEOs made a percentage more, but nothing like this. The fact that you have these people that have more money than most countries is obscene. Gets back to pride. That you talk about a deadly sin. In fact, next week's deadly sin is greed. You can't take it with you. All righty. So, any other topic somebody really want us to cover? I know, Margie, I have no filters here. Poor Papa. You know, at our age, to hell with filters. To hell with being politically correct. That's what I told David Pepper. I am beyond trying to be the political correctness police. No, I'm going to tell you exactly what goes in through this gray head of mine. And I've had enough. And I think y'all have too. Hey, Betsy, how was the Boise protest? Yep, Shelley, you're absolutely right. Billionaires are the problem. Absolutely. They are the problem. And they never have enough. It's never enough. Now, what is wrong in your brain when you have more money than a country does and it's still not enough? What a shame that you cannot be satisfied. Yes, we remember. Hey, Rhonda, we are going to have a good Sunday because we just done, and I hate to say this, but them Christian white nationalist preachers, I think we're doing more of the Lord's work on a Sunday morning here than what they're doing from the pulpit, teaching people to hate someone of a different skin color, that it's all about money and it's all about political power. I am absolutely of, if you start politicking from the pulpit, you ought to be paying taxes. But then hell, we can't get the billionaires and millionaires to pay taxes, which chafes my butt because I struggle to get my taxes paid because my fixed income hasn't increased. But I got to pay my taxes and they don't have to pay theirs. Don't get me started. Hey, Kathy. Oh, yeah, Kathy, you better believe I'm going to keep it up till they ain't going to pat my face with a shovel. I'm going to be cremated. Till they spread my ashes, I'm going to keep it up. All righty. Well, yes, absolutely. I don't know how you can put the word Christian in white nationalism. And to be honest with you, I love our new Pope because, you know what? There are more people who are of the Hispanic background who are Christians, Roman Catholics, than there are white folk. And now we have completely perverted the true teachings of Christ to where you don't want any part of it. And I tell people all the time, I have been accused of being blasphemous. I am not. I went to parochial schools. I tell people I'm a recovering Catholic. But the bottom line is, I don't want to be any part of the perversion that these people have made of these teachings. Because the bottom line is, if you truly follow the teachings of Christ, if you believe in those teachings, it's to be good to each other. It's to help out your brother. You are your neighbor, your brother's keeper. A rising tide will lift all ships. And that's not what these people are preaching. They have perverted that. And Lord, has anybody told them that Jesus wasn't a white dude? You know? Take a look at what's going over in the Middle East. That's what Jesus looked like, people. He wasn't a white dude. He did not have blonde hair and blue eyes. So there you go. So anyway, I tell people, do not confuse me having faith. And I have faith in my fellow man too. I have faith in my fellow Americans. My having faith with organized religion. Because I ain't having nothing to do with it these days. There's nothing organized about it. It's become a cesspool. It's become the hedonist playground. And I have nothing to do with it. But I do have strong faith. So with that, Mamaw will get done preaching on this Sunday morning so y'all can get about your day. Hey, I hope the Bengals are doing better with Joe Flacco. God love him. And we still didn't get our damn stadium. Have to put up with the Browns having a new stadium to the price of our kids' education. And remember, they're doing this nationwide. I already talked about the dark money and that. And you need to go back and watch again. You need to fight them because it's a bunch of bull. We don't need vouchers. We don't need somebody trying to brainwash our babies. We're gonna take this country back. Oh, our nurse. Yeah, Deborah, I'm glad you brought that up because my husband, when people see my husband, back when he had hair, blonde hair, blue-eyed, his mother's was a German war bride. My father-in-law was Native American. He's Comanche. Very much looks like it. And back in World War II, you could be a ball turret gunner or you could be a scout. I mean, they kind of put you out there to get you dead. So, of my husband's siblings, 3 are dark, 3 are light. My husband was one of the light ones. And people just assume he's a veteran, has this Aryan look that, you know, he's a bigot redneck. Boy, do they get a shock. But he always tells he turned 18 in Vietnam. And the first person that he saw die, and he was a black guy that he served with, and how red his blood was. And he said, and I always tell people, I don't care what color you were, if your fight was true and you had my back, I had yours, and we all bleed red. And I think people need to get back to remembering that. You have my back, I have yours, and we all bleed the same color. Mine is tinged with a bit of red, white, and blue because I'll be damned if those people are going to take my flag from me. Alrighty, now we're going to sign off so everybody can get about their day. I am so grateful that you all joined me. Tuesday night, we'll cover the previous week. I'm kind of anxious to see what's going to go on with his big, beautiful peace treaty that didn't last 2 days. And see if we're still in this government shutdown, this big, beautiful government shutdown that is squarely on Taco's feet and Mike Johnson's feet. Has nothing to do with the Democrats because they're trying to save our health care. So I love y'all. Stay salty. And man, you guys were salty yesterday. I'm so proud of you. And I'm also proud of how many of you found and used your outside voice. Love you. Bye-bye.